Guys, my sponsor MMOROG is a site that gives you fast, cheap, and easy coins for NBA 2K17, NBA Live Mobile, Madden Mobile, whatever you need, and use my code BD for a 6% discount on your purchase. With the Timberwolves acquiring Jimmy Butler, they now have the pieces to become the next NBA great super team to be in contention with the Golden State Warriors and the 95-96 Bulls. What's going on, guys? TSD here, and I'm back for my first video here with the name TSD, TalkSportsDaily. So what we're going to be talking about today, the Minnesota Timberwolves have just acquired Jimmy Butler. They did have to give away Zach LaVine and Chris Dunn in a couple picks, but they did acquire Jimmy Butler to have on their team. Now, truthfully, I believe this trade really helps Minnesota. They get a fantastic two-way player in Jimmy Butler, and the loss of Zach LaVine will hurt, but they can easily get someone like him in Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler is not as great of a dunker, probably not as good as an athlete as Zach LaVine, but he's overall a better player. Now, let's look at their future. Right now we have Jimmy Butler, Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, even Ricky Rubio, a veteran point guard who can pass the ball around to the three young stars. Let's look at let's start by saying that Jimmy Butler is not Kevin Durant, and the Minnesota Timberwolves will probably not be able to beat the Golden State Warriors in the near future. Jimmy Butler will not make as big of an impact as Kevin Durant will on Golden State. And no, the Timberwolves will probably not be as good as the Golden State Warriors in the near future. But being that they only won 31 games last year without Jimmy Butler, acquiring Jimmy Butler will probably lead them into playoffs in the next couple years. They will be competing for an NBA championship. Obviously, the Warriors are the number one team to win the NBA Finals next year. They're healthy, fully equipped. They have all their weapons that they need to win the NBA championship again. The team is honestly just too good. 4 All-Stars and a bunch of great role players, but there is no other team that can beat them until now. This is where the Timberwolves come in. The long game is what makes the Timberwolves so dangerous. Now they're not a contender to beat the Warriors. In 3 years, they are a contender to beat the Warriors. The good thing about Jimmy Butler is he provides a two-way guard on their team. He can defend, and he can also contribute on the offensive end. He will probably not be the first scoring option, probably second behind Karl Anthony Towns, but he will still give a great offensive boost to their lineup. They also did not have to sacrifice that much salary cap space, which is so important in the NBA these days. If you have salary cap space, you're going to be able to sign a star. Wiggins is only 22 and Karl Anthony Towns is 21. Jimmy Butler is in his late 20s. He's in his prime. He will fit well with Wiggins and Karl Anthony Towns. They're all three of them are so athletic, and they can all shoot the long ball. 3 years from now, they're going to be a contender. They have the salary cap space to sign a superstar in the next couple years. They only gave up LaVine and Chris Dunn. That was almost no cap space. Signing Jimmy Butler suffered some cap space, but he's such a good player that is fine. I feel that the Timberwolves can go for more role players this offseason, or they can get some more cap space and sign a superstar. But the easiest way for them to be a contender is to keep the core that they have. Let's look at the roster they have right now. Karl Anthony Towns, one of the best big men in the league right now. He can shoot the long ball. He can drive in. He's 7 feet tall. He can also shoot that. That is one of the best big men in the league. They also have Andrew Wiggins, who's one of the most athletic players in the league. He can drive to the basket, dunk on you. He can also shoot the long ball if he wants to. And now adding Jimmy Butler gives them so much more defense, along with Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, who will also provide a great offensive boost to the team. What they do have, that will benefit them the most, is two of the most exciting young players in the NBA for a long time, probably since LeBron James. Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, coming out of college, were two of the most sought-after prospects in the NBA. They also have an insane amount of salary cap space. Some will be suffered because of Jimmy Butler, but that is fine. Neither of the two young stars, actually, in Karl Anthony Towns and Andrew Wiggins, have hit free agency, while Jimmy Butler's contract was signed before the salary cap strike. What makes Jimmy Butler so great, especially for this team, is he's one of the best two-way players in the league, probably the best two-way player in the league. He's an efficient wing scorer who can run the offense, and he can also serve as a mentor to the younger players preferably to Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins will blossom into a superstar behind Jimmy Butler. Karl Anthony Towns is what people consider a generational player. Generational players are players who honestly play a different style. Really, no one has seen what Karl Anthony Towns can do, and no one has seen it before. And having a veteran in Ricky Rubio, who's an elite passer, Gorgie Jang is a good role player, and I believe Shabazz Muhammad can do very well off the bench as well. So in total, their team is poised for a big run. Guys, they're so young and they're all healthy. They are competing for the NBA's top team. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to simulate the new 2017 Minnesota Timberwolves matching up against the Golden State Warriors, and we'll see how they do. So guys, as you can see, we have the Golden State Warriors from 2017. It's the Minnesota Timberwolves from 2017. Steph Curry, Klay Thompson. It should be Kevin Durant, but he will be coming in about 4 minutes into the game. I don't know why it's not changing, but it does not make a difference. Draymond Green, Zaza Pachulia, Ricky Rubio, Jimmy Butler, Andrew Wiggins, Jordan Hill, which is a young rookie power forward, and Karl Anthony Towns. We're going to play the game right here and see what we got. And the final score is 96-117. The Golden State Warriors have absolutely destroyed them by 21. Guys, let's just look at the totals here. Klay Thompson, 26 points. Durant, 27 points. Curry, 18. Draymond Green, 13. Now on to the other team. 15 for Butler and Rubio. 15 for Towns. 9 for Wiggins. So overall, it was a pretty even game, I do believe. I feel this is what would happen if they didn't play next year, but in a couple of years, I do believe that the Minnesota Timberwolves will come away with some type of superstar in the offseason, and they will be able to compete and probably beat the Golden State Warriors in the next 3 seasons. So guys, thank you guys so much for watching. My name is TST, and peace out.